He's looking right for this return to normal. With mask restrictions going away and social distancing rules easing, the time is here when we can be re-engaged with the world. But for some people, it may cause some anxiety. Joining us now with more on how to handle this feeling is licensed mental health counselor Shantala Boss. Good morning to you, Shantala. It's always good to see you.
You as well, Danielle.
You know, I think a lot of people do have anxiety because we've been wearing masks now for more than a year, and now we've got this sudden change where you can take them off in certain places. Why do you think something like this would trigger anxiety?
Well, the fear of change always triggers anxiety, and that's normal. And that's because it's something that we've become used to. It's something that we have felt has worked to protect us. And even if we do have new facts and new data that we are safer now than before, it can still be scary for people. Anytime we feel that we have lost a sense of control in some way, we can feel anxious. So it's very normal to feel this way. And so first of all, just recognizing that and then taking steps for what we can do to make ourselves and our loved ones feel comfortable.
You know, we had Dr. Oz on at the top of the hour, and he said if you trust the science, you know, trust the CDC guidelines that you don't have to wear masks in certain places. But when I went out over the weekend, I saw an awful lot of people still wearing masks, and perhaps that had to do with the anxiety that we've been talking about of not wearing a mask in public, right?
Right, absolutely. So not pushing yourself. You know, one thing is to recognize what we do have control of. We can wear masks as long as we like, and we do not have to visit places in which we feel uncomfortable or in which we feel maybe the rules are too lax. We can always work together with our family and ourselves to make sure that we're safe and that we have a sense of control in the situation. There's no rush in getting back to normal. Also, you know, recognizing that the CDC is saying that it is safer now. People are getting vaccinated, things are getting better, and in time we can feel better and better about going into public without masks. But just talking with our family, talking with our kids, setting up plans on how we're going to make the changes and how we can best do that in a positive way.
Well, speaking of families, so many people have been working from home for the last year and a half, right? So how can families now navigate kind of these possible changes and stresses of new schedules, going back to work, kids being in the classroom, that kind of thing?
Well, I like to say, Danielle, if we could go through what we went through last year, we can go through anything. So realizing how strong we have become through this, and that we are going to go back to what we had before, which is really what we miss. And though it is a change and it is different, it's exciting. And if we can sit down with our loved ones and our family and talk about those changes, talk about those transitions, you know, make room for error or stress, and make sure we have time with each other to relax and express ourselves. And as far as kids go, they're going to copy what we do. So if we are calm and we are relaxed and we have a plan for these changes, they're going to be fine. So just talking with them as well and modeling that calm, collected behavior during this time.
And sometimes they're more flexible and kind of willing to roll with the punches than the adults are. Shantala Boss, always good to see you and talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. It is now 9:37. Coming up